I'm Lorelei King, co-founder of Creative Content Limited, publishers of the Lowdown series. Today I'm talking to actor and voice teacher Mark Caven, author of one of our latest Lowdown titles, Improve Your Speech, American English for Chinese Speakers. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
As well as being a voice teacher, you're an actor. Can you tell us a bit about your career?
Well, actually, I've spanned theater and film and television. I've been very fortunate, and I've worked in several countries, and again, very fortunate. And my background was largely comedy, although I have managed to do a certain amount of drama as well. And I'm currently, I appeared in 2 films last year, one of which will be out in October, called Amelia, the life story of Amelia Earhart with Hilary Swank and Richard Gere. And actually, my voice talents came into play because this film is set in 1925, largely, and they required someone who could do period English. Which
Was that American English?
No, they wanted period British English, which, of course, is terribly clear and very flat, and everything is very proper. So that was it was great fun to do.
So you've done films and television and stage, presumably. What's your favorite medium to work in and why?
I would have to say film. I really like the immediacy of film. I like the focused concentration. I just find there's something very satisfying about it. Theater requires a different kind of discipline, and I've done many long runs, but it requires a real discipline to get up there every night and do the same thing over and over and over again. Not that there isn't a joy in that, but it requires a very different kind of discipline.
And different hours, I imagine.
Oh, very different hours. Yes, you're always going to work when everyone's going home, and yeah, it can be really taxing on your personal life.
Where did you train? Which country did you train
I
in?
trained in the United Kingdom. I trained at a drama school called the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts.
Lambda.
Lambda, which is
Have
very
many famous alumni.
yes, and very heavy on the voice. That's largely where their training, their strengths were. They worked very hard on voice work.
So you had your voice training then, and you were an actor for many, many years. You still are an actor. But when and how did you branch into teaching speech and voice?
Well, it was something, it's funny because of my own sort of the various places I've lived and my own background. Training in England and then wanting to work in England as an actor required me to be something I wasn't, basically, to not be myself. I was very rarely called upon to be myself. I always had to be British or somewhere in the States that wasn't necessarily from my background. And so I have always had a talent or an interest in voice. And then I was asked many times to help various people who were working on accents or had difficulties with their own natural accent. And it sort of gradually happened. I didn't really want to work training with other actors. I felt there was a greater need for people whose first language is not English. As a classical training, which is what you receive at drama school, it literally breaks down the sounds. It literally tells you where you start, where the tongue goes first, and that's how detailed it is. And for many people, something as simple as saying the ing sound, ing, is extremely difficult because they look at it phonetically and there's an N in there. So they want their tongues to go up to the roof of their mouth and they try to do ing up here. But no one's told them that the tongue needs to go down to do ing, the back of your lower front teeth. Ing. And it's something